It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And we've got the Chargers' rookie running back.
He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Chargers and the Jags coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hunter now will go in motion left.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He completes it to Hunter.
He's across midfield.
And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
A give to Etienne running right.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now this airmail to the sideline, it's incomplete, and there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Lawrence.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Cam Little for the Jaguars field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 69 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Herbert. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jaguars offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 6. Etienne once more. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. In motion, the tight end. Lawrence will throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse.
Instead, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football.
Now Lawrence. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But you talk about the defense for these Chargers.
They're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
3rd and 7.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Chargers offense back onto the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks, and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Here's Herbert. And he's got this down to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down, Los Angeles.
They'll run on first down. It's Hampton. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
The tight end in motion right. Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped him.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Davis now to return it. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of the season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. The Chargers coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. from the 50. Here's Herbert.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Harris running straight ahead.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Herbert now. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Returnable here for Davis. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll keep it on the ground.
Hampton. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down. It's Hampton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now, movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give, right side. Hampton. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And to the right side here, it's Allen.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Washington. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield now, Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And this will be caught by Brown. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
Taylor now from the end zone. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. J.J. McCarthy leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love strong in the win as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, check on the Patriots. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Justin Fields leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And Allen's going to have a Chargers first down as he'll get this down inside the 40. They'll run on first down. It's Hampton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Back to throw. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
2nd down and 8.
35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On the counter, Etienne. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Lawrence fighting to stay upright. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And they'll run with ETN. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. He's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through, and that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. So we're back to even after the short field goal. CD, you like the decision to kick it there?
Well, I'm glad you asked me if I like it and didn't ask me if I love it, because I'm not even sure I like it, but I do get it. First job on this drive, tie the game. They did that. But now they've got to put a challenge to their offense and say, can't settle for 3 anymore, guys. We've got to get the ball in the end zone from here on out.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Here's Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Buying time. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trayvon Walker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Herbert.
He gets it to Johnston. Still going inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Quentin Johnston.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 46.
From the gun, Bigsby. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Jacksonville. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Chargers' 36-yard line.
In motion right here, Hunter. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. A shotgun snap, and again to Etienne.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
2nd down and 6 now.
Here's Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
89 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, L.A.
Lad McConkey.
48 yards.
And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now Lawrence.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On first down, right back to ETN.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On the carry, Bigsby.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. They run the counter. Hampton. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Quentin Johnston with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Pushing his way through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He completes it to Hunter.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Lawrence going to throw again. He'll get this off to Etienne.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, Lawrence. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
He'll drop this one off with Etienne.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go, 1st and goal. It's a throw again as Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Lawrence to throw.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So, for the Chargers, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound.
But we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chargers, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to